Holly Willoughby and Phillip Schofield put on a festive display as they delight viewers with a star-studded Christmas edition of This Morning. The blonde beauty, 40, and her presenting partner, 59, appear to be having a blast as they play some hilarious games with Josie Gibson in the pre-recorded show, which will air on Christmas Day. Alongside celebrity interviews, a cocktail-making masterclass, and a touching gift exchange, Holly and Phil join Josie and Chef Gino D'Acampo for an amusing drinking game which sees them down shots after trying to squat a pen into a bottle. As the show kicks off, things get awkward when singer Aled Jones appears with the belief that he was booked as the show's musical act. Asked what he was doing here, Aled says, "I've come to get the Christmas show on the road. It's taken loads of rehearsal but I'm ready to bring, wait for it, walking in the air back especially for you two." Before the track fully kicks in, Phillip says, Aled, I'm sorry, Terry's a possibility we might have to stop there for a second, I'm sorry, but we've actually booked Leona Lewis. Someone should have told you." Trying hard not to laugh, Aled replies, "So you don't need me? Maybe I'll just go back here and carry on rehearsing. You never know." Singing in a high-pitched tone, "We're walking in the air. Still got it." As well as two wintry outside performances by the talented Leona, Giles Brandreth delivers his best Christmas cracker jokes, while Gino serves up a festive feast. Phillip and Holly then give the chance for some families living in Australia the opportunity to send their wishes back home to loved ones in the UK, leaving Phillip saying, "That was really emotional." The first sofa guest sees Joel Dommett discuss the third series of The Masked Singer. He reveals, "I'm so excited. It was the first time we had an audience, because in the first series they didn't really know what the show was, then the second series was COVID protocols, and then the third series. Just the joy in the room was insane." On knowing who is involved in this series, Joel smiles, "They are so good. The costumes are amazing. You go into the costume department and you can tell they are having the time of their lives." The team then sit down to open gifts from one another, with one gift in particular leaving Gino speechless for a moment when he realizes his painting was made using the manhood of a former This Morning guest. But some of the gifts were better received, including one from Holly where she recorded a special poem with tomfoolery for Phillip. Later in the show, Alison Hammond pays a visit to one of their favorite Dosh on Your Doorstep contestants by giving her another surprise. Chef Claude McKenna delivers a cocktail masterclass, stating, "I make this cocktail every single year and it will definitely give you a kick for Christmas." Other guests include former child star Mara Wilson and Frozen the Musical's Samantha Barks. Samantha Barks admits, "I feel so lucky I get to be Elsa. It's the role that when I told my parents that I had, they just screamed. It's iconic. And, on stage, they've created some real theatrical magic. There are so many surprises along the way." Whilst Mara confesses of Miracle on 34th Street, "I didn't really realize as a kid the magnitude of it. I didn't think people would be watching it at Christmas many years later. So it's really an honor to me as an adult. I'm incredibly grateful to have taken part in something that is part of people's family traditions." And Susan, her character, was supposed to be a boy. "It's true. I think I might still have some scripts that still say Jonathan. When I auditioned it was under the name Jonathan, and I got cast and they changed it to Susan." On also getting the iconic Matilda role, Mara says, "My mother actually used to read it aloud at my brother's school. I remember once when I was maybe about 3 years old and I was ill and my mom didn't have anyone to be a nanny for me, so she took me to school and put me at the back of the classroom whilst she read it aloud to the class, and I was just entranced. I thought this is the best book ever. On keeping her feet on the ground despite worldwide fame and quitting acting at 12, Mara reveals, "My parents really did their best to keep me grounded. I still shared a room with my sister, I still went to the local primary school, I still had normal friends, and actually where I grew up, Los Angeles, child acting wasn't that strange. We all knew kids that did commercials or plays and my father worked at a television studio, but after a while I wanted to be a normal kid. I wanted to do other things. Of now working behind the camera writing and producing," Mara smiles, "I do more behind-the-scenes work these days, I also do a lot of voiceover acting, I love doing audiobooks, I love doing animation. It doesn't matter what you look like, what your height is or your age, you can just be anyone nor anything, and that I think is the most fun." Aled continues with his attempt to perform by appearing as a choir boy and a snowman, before finally being allowed to welcome 13-year-old Isaac Lancel Watkinson to perform "Waking in the Air" from The Snowman. Before the festive show ends, Phillip and Holly battle it out with Steve Wilson in a Christmas showdown where they answer questions based on previous items and guests that had happened throughout the year on This Morning. After carrying out a hilarious touch and taste test, the duo give their final Christmas wishes to viewers, with Holly saying, "We'll be back in the new year." Watch This Morning's Christmas Day show on Saturday 25th December from 10 a.m. on ITV and ITV Hub.